Too many people believe confidence belongs to the extroverts, the bold, the outspoken. But confidence isn't about volume, it's about certainty. Welcome to another episode of Mindset Shift. Today we're talking about something that almost every professional has struggled with at some point: how to speak with confidence in meetings. You know that moment when your heart starts racing, your palms get sweaty, and your mind starts running faster than your words. It's not that you don't have great ideas, it's that something stops you right before you speak. This episode isn't about forcing confidence, it's about building it from the inside out. Because real confidence doesn't come from speaking louder, it comes from believing that your voice deserves to be heard. Let's start with this truth. Confidence is not a personality trait. It's a skill. Too many people believe confidence belongs to the extroverts, the bold, the outspoken. But confidence isn't about volume. It's about certainty. It's the quiet knowing that what you bring to the table matters. So the first step to speaking with confidence isn't to change who you are. It's to change how you see yourself. When you walk into that meeting room, remember, you're not there to impress, you're there to contribute, and your contribution is valuable, even if it's not the loudest voice in the room. 2. Prepare your voice before you enter the room. Confidence begins before the meeting starts. Here's a simple method that professionals use to set themselves up. Know your material. Don't just skim the agenda. Think through what you truly believe about each topic. Anticipate questions. Confidence grows when you feel prepared for what might come. Practice key points out loud. Even 5 minutes of vocalizing your ideas can train your mind to speak with flow and ease. And if you're thinking, no, I shouldn't have to rehearse, then think again. Even the best speakers prepare. Preparation doesn't make you fake, it makes you ready. 3. Reframe your nerves as energy. That rush of adrenaline you feel before speaking, that's not fear, it's fuel. Your body isn't working against you, it's preparing you. When your heart beats faster, it's not a warning. It's a reminder you care about this. You're showing up. So instead of fighting the nerves, redirect them. Take a breath, smile softly, and use that energy to speak with conviction. Because confidence isn't the absence of nerves, it's the ability to keep speaking through them. 4. Start small, but start. If you rarely speak in meetings, don't wait for the perfect moment or the big presentation. Confidence builds with small wins. Here's how to begin. Ask thoughtful questions. Support someone else's point with your perspective. Summarize key ideas when the discussion gets scattered. Each time you speak, even briefly, you're training your brain to believe, I belong here. The more you do it, the easier it gets. Confidence compounds. 5. Own your voice, literally. The sound of your voice matters, not because of how it compares to others, but because it's your instrument. When you speak too fast, your message loses power. When you speak too softly, your conviction fades. So slow down, breathe between sentences, let your words land. You don't have to rush to sound confident. In fact, silence, used well, is one of the most powerful forms of communication. A calm voice communicates authority, and people naturally listen to those who sound certain. 6. Shift your focus from performance to purpose. Most of us lose confidence because we're too focused on ourselves. What if I mess up? What if they disagree? But confidence grows when you focus on your message, not your image. When you speak to serve, to add clarity, to solve a problem, to move things forward, your fear begins to fade. Because it's not about you anymore, it's about what matters. That's the heart of confident communication, being more focused on the mission than your mistakes. 7. Embrace imperfection. Here's something few people admit. Even confident speakers stumble. They forget words, lose their train of thought, or get interrupted. The difference is they don't crumble when it happens. They recover, breathe, and keep going. Confidence isn't about being flawless. It's about being resilient. The goal isn't to speak perfectly. It's to speak authentically. When you speak from a place of honesty and clarity, people don't need perfect words. They feel your intention, and that's what earns respect. 8. Use body language to reinforce your words. Your body speaks before your mouth does. So use it intentionally. Sit or stand tall. It signals presence. Keep your shoulders relaxed. It signals calm. Maintain eye contact. It signals engagement. Nod as others speak. It signals respect. When your body says, I'm grounded, your mind begins to believe it too. This is called embodied confidence. And it's one of the fastest ways to reset your mindset in high pressure moments. 9. Create a pre-meeting ritual. Confidence grows from repetition and routine. Before every meeting, take a few minutes to reset your state. Breathe deeply 3 times. Repeat a grounding affirmation. My ideas are worth sharing. Visualize the outcome you want. Calm, clear communication. When you center yourself before you speak, you walk in with clarity instead of anxiety. Because confidence doesn't happen in the meeting. It starts before you enter the room. 10. Leave impact, not just words. Speaking confidently isn't just about being heard. It's about being remembered. End your contributions with clarity. Summarize your main point, link it to the bigger goal, and pause. That moment of stillness after your words, that's when people absorb your message. So don't rush to fill the silence. Own it. That's where authority lives. Confidence in meetings isn't about being fearless. It's about being intentional. You don't need to dominate the room to be respected. You just need to show up with preparation, purpose, and presence. Remember, you have something valuable to say. Your voice belongs in that room. And every time you choose to speak, even when it's uncomfortable, you grow stronger, clearer, and more capable. Confidence isn't given, it's built. One meeting at a time, one voice at a time. Thank you for joining today's episode of Mindset Shift. If this message resonated with you, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe for more episodes on personal growth and leadership at work. And remember, confidence doesn't start when you speak. It starts when you believe your voice matters.